AITA for refusing to support my wife through her diagnosis after her infidelity. My wife and I had a pretty normal marriage. No kids, both employed and really happy together. For 99% of our relationship we didn't have any major problems, we made time for each other, so on and so forth. She recently went away with her friend for a girls' trip. The first 2 days after she came back everything was fine, and on the third we went to dinner with this friend and her boyfriend. Dinner went well, came home and went to bed. Wife woke me up in the middle of the night crying saying there was something she had to tell me. Long story short, she had cheated on me the entire trip and her friend had cheated on her boyfriend as well. Apparently the dinner together caused her to have an attack of conscience because she messaged my wife after I had fallen asleep telling her that she was going to come clean to her partner and my wife had to tell me as well or she would. We talked, yelled, cried. I spent most of the night sick. Told me it was just a horribly stupid decision and was perfectly happy with me, which honestly makes it worse. Why risk a happy marriage for an affair? It wasn't my fault, the usual. I've been staying at my sister's place while we figure out the divorce. Before this went down she had been scheduled for tests and scans for what we thought were relatively non-serious health problems. Turns out we were wrong, as I was just contacted last week by her cousin telling me a scan revealed cancer. I got in touch with my wife and we talked. She proved her diagnosis and filled me in on some details. She was understandably terrified and begged me to come back, to talk to her, hug her, give her a chance, to be there with her. I told her I wished her all the best. I'm very sorry for what she's going through and know she's strong enough to make it through, but while I'd help financially from a distance, I wasn't physically going back. They, not her, have been annoying me, telling me to man up and go to her. My own friends are split 50-50. I don't want to go back. Before anyone pulls that this is probably why she cheated. Card, no. We had a good marriage, we had a sit-down talk every month to discuss anything wrong. We were solid. She just chose to take a chance on a quick thrill, despite knowing cheating is a 100% deal breaker for me. She never even planned to tell me until her friend forced her. While I certainly don't think anyone deserves this and I am sorry it happened to her, in my opinion her diagnosis doesn't change our situation. I feel it'll be harder on both of us with me being there knowing I won't forgive her when it's over. It feels like prolonging the inevitable, and I feel like my obligation to her ended when she chose to betray our marriage. She has family and friends so she isn't alone. I care about the woman I thought I married, but I no longer love who she turned out to be, so I feel it'd be unfair to both of us for me to be there. I'm not trying to punish her, my heart just isn't in it anymore. AITA, edit, to the Reddit detectives further down. When I said we talk every month about our problems, it doesn't mean we only talk once a month in strict time slots. We talked as often as needed, but made a point at least once a month to sit with each other and check in, see how we're feeling and so on. Secondly, I mentioned she proved her diagnosis because when I was told I didn't believe it, I figured it was a ploy to get me to come over and talk because she and her family had been trying to get me to reconsider from the moment I left. I also didn't want numerous answers to be filled with the exact same speculation. As for how she cheated the entire trip, the two of them went with the purpose of meeting up with two specific people her friend knew. And I figured this would be easy to figure out, but I guess not. I knew her friend forced her to tell me because I demanded to see their messages after she told me she cheated. Finally, I know a lot of people post made-up stories. I'm not one of those people, but short of providing personal details I can't prove it. If I wanted karma I wouldn't be on a throwaway. I posted here because when some of your own friends are telling you that you're unreasonable I think it's time for neutral third-party judgment and I was hoping for valuable insight, which many people provided. To the mods, I'm sorry this post wasn't a great fit here. I'll post in the appropriate subs in the future. Hi guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. NTA. You are right that you don't have any obligation to her after her choices. Personally, though, I couldn't imagine caring for someone, loving them for years, and then completely turn my back on them if they had cancer. I imagine I would be filled with such regret if I didn't try to be there for them in the ways I could be, as a friend, especially if they was peacefully deleted. To be honest, I don't really want to be a friend either. All I feel is hurt. I gave her my best for years, truly. And she still chose, selfishly, to hurt me the way she did, and now that she's hurting she wants me to be there again. I feel like the night she told me she was unfaithful was the last time I seen her as the woman I loved. I have no desire to be cruel to her, and from the bottom of my heart I hope she recovers and finds someone new, learns from her mistakes and lives a good life. I just don't want to be in her life anymore in any capacity. NTA. This is something I've struggled with myself for a while and needs to be said. You are not responsible for the happiness of another, especially at the cost of your own. You deserve to be happy, You deserve to be loved and cared for and treated right. It's truly unfortunate what has happened to her, but understand that you aren't obligated to run back and comfort her and pretend like nothing happened. You're already helping her situation financially, and honestly that's more than some people would even do. You're a good person. Stay strong and put your own happiness first. NTA. She can get love and support from those remaining friends and family she has not betrayed. NTA. I agree with you that acting like a romantic partner to someone you could never truly forgive is just prolonging the inevitable, and that it doesn't make sense for you to get back together with her if you do not love her anymore. Choices like that should never be made out of obligation. However, there are degrees of support you could offer that do not amount to getting back together, and I wonder if you will regret detaching yourself completely if this decision is primarily motivated by resentment. You say you care about the woman you thought you married but don't love who she turned out to be. She did not wake up one day as a completely different person. The same person you married also made a horrible mistake and cheated on you. This same person is now also facing a terrifying future. For your own happiness, I think it would help if you tried to view her infidelity, and her diagnosis, in light of your entire history with her, instead of seeing her mistake as the only real aspect of your relationship. You do not need to, and probably should not, get back together with her, but is it possible you are willfully detaching yourself from the ability to be empathetic toward her? If so, these suppressed emotions might come back to bite you later. I am sorry for what you are going through. NTA. She cheated and sabotaged the relationship as a result. She has to live with the consequences of her actions, and if that's you not wanting anything to do with her anymore, then it's her own fault. Duck cheaters. NTA. Your wife committed the biggest relationship sin and now wants you to be a good husband while she was a poopy wife. Not fair to you. Also duck her cousins for annoying you. Do they not know she cheesed you? NTA. She ducking cheated on you, dude. Tell her and her friends and family to seek emotional support from the guy she ducked on her little girl's trip. Wow, what a ducked up situation. I don't blame you one bit for not wanting to be there physically. I commend you for offering to help financially. I hope she recovers with as little suffering as possible, and I hope you do the same. NTA. For what it's worth. Ducking hell, man. I feel like a judgment over the internet doesn't even matter here. It's just so ducked. NTA. I know karma doesn't work that way, but holy poop, does it look like Buddha visited her in person. That's kind of a really poopy thing to say. 100% it was a poopy thing for her to do and she deserves to be left, but dude? Cancer karma? Bit distasteful. I like this subreddit when the question is actually a gray area. Posts like this are stupid. Someone make r/everyone validate them.